Right, welcome anyone who's joining us on this late lunch live. So we're doing a late lunch live. I've been so busy today, which is why I'm having my lunch late. Thank you for joining me. I'm going to do a little update on how I'm feeling with my putting, because I'm traveling next week. I go to Italy on Sunday evening, actually. I go to London and fly to Italy with Coach and Rory on Monday till Thursday, where we will be playing. So it's going to be interesting to see if any of the practice I'm doing and talking about actually pays off in this set of videos, which I can't wait to experiment and show you. And I think that's the key, actually, message I want to try and get across in this late live lunch. Is no matter how much you force the issue with putting, and that one there has not gone in, it's obviously, I could hold every putt on here, I can miss every putt on here. This is just kind of trying to give me some ideas of what to do and what to take on the golf course. Both of those lipped out. That seems a little cool. Hi from New Zealand, hello. Because it's how it works under that kind of situation-based one-off. Oh, that was the little bit of, let me do that one again. What happens is you've got not real sand, it's sand on the putting green, but it's actually little plastic balls, and if caught between the ball and the putter, it literally doesn't go anywhere. It kind of works like a little bumper. Oh, that's a push. Hit that lip 3 times now. Any questions coming in, I'll try and answer them, people, so do get them coming. I've been fitted for KBS, so I'm missing at Penn Augusta anytime soon, bro. I would love to be playing Augusta, but that's one that you don't really get to play, and certainly you wouldn't get to film as much as I would want to. Hi from Oxford. Hi, Jake. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to seeing if any of the work I've done this week will make a difference next week, and I want you to post comments down below. Let me know what you think, because I think it's one of those common misconceptions I always think with lessons. Whenever I went to lessons, so when I was an amateur, having my lessons trying to improve, it always felt like it was on me. Does that make sense? So it felt like the information they were giving me was then up to me to go and make that work. The information on itself didn't work, and I think people get that confused sometimes in lessons, and then it holds them back a little bit. So I understand the work I'm doing on this screen is to try and give me feelings, try and give me some kind of confidence to take onto the course, but I know it's not really being tested properly until I get out there, like when I need to hold a putt to win a hole, when I need to hold a putt to halve a hole. Can I hold 2 in a row? Can I make a charge and sustain it? Subject the coach holding ridiculous, stupid bunker shots, which he will never be forgiven for. So, yeah, I think it's an interesting one. I'd love to hear what your thoughts are actually on it, as in how much you think it goes on to the course, how much of it is your responsibility. Tank 7 or regular 7 works. I do quite like the tanks. Definitely go and test both of those. Jordan Cook would be a good idea, because it's good. Ever tried the Odyssey number 7, Tiger Woods 2002? I haven't. I'm an Odyssey Versa 9, which is where I am, which I do like. I've watched the infamous Lockie bunker shot several times now and still laugh at your stare, Matt Hill. Thank you, Matt. It was a class stare, wasn't it? It was an absolute class stare. How much do you suspect strike is impacting your putting issues versus confidence on line and speed? If more than a little, can you show a foot spray impact tally? Yeah, well, whoever that comment was, it's a good one, because I talked in my other lunch live that I did on my putting earlier this week, that actually all the thoughts I'm doing, changing my ball position, actually feeling that strokes coming from my kind of top of my arms more or less from my hands, is built around trying to not toe the ball so much to get away from my toey push, because I do think strike has been an issue, and the more I work with students on their putting, the more I see that strike is a massive issue for them. And if we look at that, I've got on that one, 5 have gone in, 3 have not. Not bad stats from that distance, but want to do better. Let's have another go. And I don't mind repeating this drill. So at the moment, I would say I do a mixture of this kind of just same putt over and over again to get confident with the new ball position, strike, feeling of stroke. And then I'll work in more spasmodic practice in other times. So I often find when I've got less time, I do spasmodic practice. So kind of really broken up, different putts, different lines, different kind of outcomes in my head. So I actually putt thinking, right, what is this for a birdie a few times, see how many a hole, or if it's for a pass, see if there's any patterns. Obviously there isn't, but just to try and get myself in that mindset for when I'm playing. This practice that I'm doing now is kind of really trying to groove one feeling, one idea, which then I use in that spasmodic practice. Do you see what I mean? So you've got to be doing both. If you're not, what will happen is that you're kind of just drilling this over and over and over again. As soon as I get a different breaking putt and a downhill, uphill one, I'm going to feel like I'm not practicing. I'm not used to it. Hope you take the putting verse. Hope you take that putting v Coach Lockie. What that last one is he talking about? Or the whole batch. Yeah, so I'm enjoying, well, it's funny actually. I'm quite enjoying trying to find an answer for the putting, but it is also at the same time, it's a little bit of a shame that I have to think about it. It used to be a part of my game that I didn't have to think about what I enjoyed so much about it, but I'm actually working on trying to get back to that feeling, you know, that feeling of not having to think. So setting myself up in this new ball position, not so far forward way, and then from there, just try and hit lines, hit paces. Sorry, so the pressure's on there. I missed 3 already. Oh, that's missed left, and that was a better putt than I thought it deserved. This isn't going to be a good batch. Oh, that swung loads. That was slightly off the heel as well. Oh. Well, sometimes the hole just does not get in the way. See how I'm concentrating more now, and I like the fact that you're watching because it makes me feel that staying there. That's kind of the pressures, if you like, I feel like I'm going to have when I play. I mean, that was 1 compared to the other batch. That is simply not good enough. Let's try it again. What is interesting with that batch, though, is I didn't particularly feel like I stroked the ball that bad. Maybe aim, stroke through the start direction. But again, that's why I'll keep kind of block testing, I think they like to call it. You know, you're just trying to hit the same putt over and over again to get a feel for any of the patterns that you do. Watch out, Lockie. He's going to turn it around next trip. That's the hope. Who made your putting green? Self-project or installed? Installed by Southwest Greens. Was the company installed my putting green. And I love it. And I don't get out here enough, actually. I wish I did. Did you have pros install the putting surface or DIY? I had a company called Southwest Greens do it for me. I would not be able to do this at all. Right, last batch then. Comments. How many do you think I'm going to hold this time? I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 balls. How many do you reckon? Is there any hidden? There's plenty of slope. I've got slope coming up the right here. It's quite interesting. I did a putting video where there was slope and people were commenting like going, oh, that's a rubbish green. Look at the slope. Well, it's not a snooker table, guys. Like, it's on an organic place. It's got slope on it. So I've got left to rights, uphills and downhills and right to lefts. When can you review the MP18's Fly High, please? Love your work, mate. Soon. Coming soon, that one. All right, how many out of the 8 do you reckon I'm going to hold this time? Only 1 last time. Here we go. Oh, that's a good start. 3. Someone's saying 3. 3 again. God. It's all these things that stayed there. 3 again. I think that one. Cool. You boys haven't got and girls haven't got much confidence in me, have you? It's a push. Don't think it was a toey push, but it was my standard push. 3 again. 3 is the number to beat. Quite like the competition you're giving me. No, that says 8 balls, bruh. Already missed 2. Oh, that's 2 for you threeers. Rory v Johnson, little freehold match. Oh, I missed that one. What did you say? You liked the little freehold match or you didn't? I thought it was really clever. I thought it was really clever, the kind of how it showed you how different these guys can be when they got those distances. See? Well, there's your threeers. That is 3 in there. So all the threeers, there are 3 in there already, thank you very much. And I've got 3 left to go to beat you. Law of averages are now on my side. Hi from Baltimore, do you still use your putt out? Well, I do, but not as much, obviously, because I've got this. But if it rains, I use it indoors, and my kids use it, because they don't always want to come outside. Get in. Oh, come on. Got to beat the threeers. 5, it's a late call. You can't call now. I'm taking the 3 as the average to try and beat. It's left, I think. No, it's holding. There we go. There's 4. I'd class that as a win. And I think the important message here, actually, for lots of you, is that these kind of competitive little games, so I'm using you to help me feel more competitive over these putts, because I know you're watching, and I know there'll be comments if I miss or not. So I'm reacting to what feels now a little bit more of a realistic environment, because obviously you'll react to what your playing partners are doing or who you're trying to beat, those kind of things. If I just hit these without asking you, I think it has less an effect. In. Oh my word. Someone's just called 4. And that is 5 out of 8. Not bad at all for someone working on some feelings with their putting. You should come to Ireland, Mark. Absolutely, Ewan. I would like to come to Ireland and do more filming. We've been there a few times. Church Glen, one of my favourite courses in LB. Absolutely LB in. Right, this is a late lunch. I've got to get back to work. Hopefully, some interesting messages in here for people who are thinking about how they practice. It's not just about, you know, hitting putt after putt after putt. It's trying to put it in situation. But at the same time, for me, working on a different feeling is about hitting putt after putt after putt. So it's always that kind of mixture and balance of getting the most out of putting. Thanks for watching. Get the flag to practice the putt and a 10. Yeah. Good. I said 6. David G. Well, I actually only got 5, didn't I, David? But you were closer than the 3s. And everyone who said 3, I hope you have a good lunch. But I beat you. Thanks all for watching. That's just a short one because I've got to get back to work. And we'll see you next week. We'll try and do some lives from Italy with Rory and Coach if I get time next week. Thanks all for watching. Hit the comment section up down below. What do you think about the kind of putting ideas for practice? And also remember, hit that thumbs up button. It certainly helps. Have a good afternoon.